Right before finals week, Chloe, the school's resident rich girl and prom queen, volunteered to help everyone blow off some steam. That night, the entire senior class showed up at the most exclusive club in the city. The only person Chloe didn't invite was me. But looking at the photos flexing on Instagram and Snapchat, I didn't shed a tear. I put on my noise-canceling headphones and focused on my textbooks. In my last life, I was the target. I saw Chloe's posts. I rushed to the club out of concern and walked right into her, confessing her love to my boyfriend. I swallowed my pride. I tried to be the responsible one. I begged my classmates to go home and rest, to focus on the exams that would determine our futures. And what did I get? Pure hatred. You can't have fun, so you won't let anyone else have fun, huh? It wasn't until I snapped photos and sent them to the parents' group chat that everyone was dragged home. They all aced their exams. They all got into Ivy Leagues and I was completely ostracized. Today, my boyfriend, Liam, and I both got our acceptance letters. Chloe posted a suicide note on social media and downed a bottle of sleeping pills that night at the club. After I had interrupted her confession, she had gotten wasted. She ended up alone in an escape room game, stripped, and someone filmed it after Chloe got her stomach pumped. Liam and the rest of the class lost their minds. To avenge their fallen angel, they kidnapped me. They filmed videos of me being tortured. They blackmailed my parents, forcing them to jump off a rooftop. They faked my suicide. They forged a note saying I was sleeping around. And the guilt of killing my parents drove me to drink pesticide in a basement. After I died, the whole class popped champagne. Liam finally got with Chloe. It was only after I died that I learned Chloe's true identity. But then I opened my eyes. I was back. I was back to the night. She offered to treat the whole class. This time, I decided to give them exactly what they wanted. Finals are practically here. I know everyone is stressing out. So tonight is on me. Black card energy. Only I'm taking you guys to the hottest spot in town. Amid the cheers, Chloe was surrounded like a celebrity, holding a platinum credit card high in the air. My hand froze on the classroom door handle. Inside, the voices got louder. By the way, whatever you do, do not tell Luna. She's such a buzzkill. She'll definitely snitch to the teachers or our parents. Laughter erupted. Chloe flipped her long hair, playing the role of the benevolent queen. That sentence hit me like a bucket of ice water. This scene was too familiar. I had already lived through this. Realizing where I was, let go of the handle and backed away from the door. I was reborn. The realization rang in my head, making my whole body tremble. Not from fear, from excitement. In my last life, I hadn't heard this conversation. Clearly, everyone kept their mouths shut. Even Liam, my boyfriend, just told me to go home early and rest. Thought he cared about me? Now I know he was just covering his tracks. His heart was already with Chloe, the heiress. Luna is hot, but she's such a nerd. She's obsessed with me. What can I do? I can't dump her right before finals. We're classmates. I can't be that cruel. When Chloe had defended him back then, Calling him kind, she had slipped a love letter into his hand. You guys stop. Luna is desperate. This exam is her only ticket out of mediocrity. She has to try hard. And just like that, Chloe was the saintly, rich beauty and Liam was the gentle golden boy. Class president, and I was the clown obsessed with him. But Liam forgot something. He was the one who stalked me for 3 months, begging me to say yes. I only studied so hard because I promised my parents I'd get valedictorian if they let me date him. Thinking about what was coming, my hands went cold. In a few hours, the class would be at the club. Chloe would accidentally forget to block me from her story. I would see it. Then she would confess to Liam in front of everyone. I would show up, fight with her, and she'd end up drunk and alone. It was all a setup. Remembering the hell I went through, I pulled out my phone and walked away from the classroom. Once I was in a quiet corner, I called my parents. I asked for my private tutor to come over tonight. Mom, the exams are practically here. Every second counts. No breaks. Want to study tonight? This time I wasn't going to stop them. While the whole class was sneaking around, gathering at the rendezvous point, I was sitting in front of my tutor. While they were raising glasses and cheering, I walked over to a vase of water and dropped my phone into it. I watched the screen flicker and die. A smile finally crept onto my face. All right, I said to the tutor. Let's get back to calculus. At the club, the bass was thumping against eardrums, syncing with adrenaline-filled heartbeats. Some students hesitated, staring at the drinks in their hands. Chloe, finals are literally on Monday. Is drinking really a good idea if anyone finds out? Chloe, her designer dress shimmering under the strobe lights, laughed it off. She was clinging to Liam's arm. The whole class is here. Who's gonna snitch if we all keep quiet? Nobody knows. The only person with a big mouth didn't get an invite. Relax. Chloe claimed she knew people at this club and told everyone to drink up. Between the lights and the peer pressure, the hesitation evaporated. Chloe's got us. She's loaded. It's just one night. We need to decompress. Besides, we crushed the mock exams. Her average is way higher than the other classes. Consider this a pre-celebration. Everyone is here except Luna. If she wasn't Liam's girl, we wouldn't even tolerate her. Someone mentioned my name. Liam, already flushed from a few shots, slammed his glass down and sneered. Don't mention her. I'm already regretting it. After tonight, I'm dumping Luna. The cheers got louder. Chloe smiled, satisfied. She slyly pulled out her phone, snapped a grid of photos and hit post visibility. Only Luna. Talking about me made Liam look disgusted. He drank more, letting Chloe hold his hand. He looked like he was in heaven. Luna and I are different. She follows me around like a puppy. She has to grind just to crack the top 10. Look at me. I barely try. And I'm number 1. She probably thinks we're going to the same college. Liam raised an eyebrow looking smug. I applied to a school I know she can't get into. Someone like her, she's not in my league. I only learned he said these things after I died in my last life. But now I didn't care where Liam went to college. This time I was going to make sure he didn't go to college at all. Calculating the time. Thinking I had seen the photos and was rushing over. Chloe decided to make her move. She stood in front of everyone and started her confession. Liam, graduation is coming. I don't want any regrets. I know you have a girlfriend. But I have to be honest, Liam. I like you. The DJ switched the track from EDM to a slow ballad. The spotlight hit Chloe and Liam. Chloe was dressed to kill. Looking vulnerable and expensive. Liam stared into her eyes. Swallowed hard and felt his resolve crumble. Chloe, She put a finger to his lips. Her eyes darting to the entrance. She frowned slightly when she didn't see me, stopping him from speaking too soon. Don't answer yet. I know you wouldn't betray Luna. I'm just so jealous of her. Wait until this song ends. Then tell me. She looked so fragile. So heartbroken. It hit Liam right in the chest. There were teenagers running on hormones and adrenaline. The dozens of classmates surrounding them started chanting, pushing for a yes. Say yes. Say yes, Liam. You legend. Chloe is 1,000 times better than Luna. Why are you hesitating? Dump the nerd and get with the queen. What are you waiting for, Liam? Under the pressure, Liam's wandering eyes focused. He looked at Chloe and his expression hardened into determination. Chloe smiled, but she kept glancing at the door. Sweat beaded on her forehead. She gripped her dress. Come on. Say yes. Chloe's nervous. She bit her lip. I still wasn't there. While the club was reaching its boiling point was lying comfortably on my sofa. Late that night, my parents came home from the office. When they saw me awake, they looked surprised. I cut straight to the chase. Dad, I don't want to sponsor that scholarship student anymore. The one named Chloe. Cancel the secondary credit card I authorized for her. My father, Robert Pierce, looked at me over the rim of his glasses. He was the CEO of Pierce Holdings, a man who didn't blink at million-dollar deals, but seeing his daughter awake at 1 a.m. asking to cut off a charity case made him pause. Chloe, he asked, setting down his briefcase. The girl from the Bright Futures program? I thought you two were friends. You begged me to give her that card for educational expenses. I did, I said, my voice steady. But I realized she's not using it for education. She's using it to buy designer clothes and throw parties. My mother, elegant even in her exhaustion, frowned. Are you sure, Luna? That's a serious accusation. We vetted those students. Check the statement, I said simply. Right now. Dad pulled out his phone and logged into the banking app. He scrolled for a few seconds, his eyebrows climbing higher with every swipe. Club Velvet, $5,000 bar tab? Gucci? Sephora? Dad's face darkened. This was tonight? Yes, I said. She's throwing a party for the whole senior class. On your dime. Cancel it, Mom said instantly, her voice cold. Freeze the card. Report it as fraud if necessary. Done, Dad tapped the screen. And I'll be having a word with the scholarship committee tomorrow. This is embezzlement. I smiled. Thanks, Dad. Oh, and one more thing. Can we maybe not tell the school it was me who reported it? I don't want the drama before finals. Of course, honey, Dad softened. Go to sleep. You have big exams. I went back to my room, but I didn't sleep. I imagined the scene at the club. The moment the card would decline. The moment the rich girl mask would shatter. At the club, the vibe was electric. Liam had just leaned in to kiss Chloe, sealing the deal. The crowd was cheering. Drinks on me. Chloe shouted, waving the platinum card I had stupidly given her access to under the guise of helping her fit in. She signaled the waiter. Another round of dom for everyone. The waiter, a slick guy named Marco, nodded and took the card. He walked to the terminal. 5 minutes later, he came back. The music hadn't stopped, but Marco's smile had. He was flanked by 2 large bouncers. "Miss," Marco said loudly, cutting through the cheers. "This card has been declined." The music seemed to screech to a halt. Chloe laughed, a high, nervous sound. "That's impossible. Try it again." "It's a black Amex." "I tried it 3 times, Marco said, his voice hard. "It's frozen." And the bank flagged it as stolen. "Stolen?" Chloe screeched. "That's my card. My dad gave it to me." "Do you have ID to match the name on the card?" Marco asked. "The card is issued to a Robert Pierce supplementary account. Liam stepped back. "Pierce? Isn't that?" He looked at Chloe. He looked at the card. "Wait," a girl in the back whispered. "Pierce Holdings? That's Luna's dad's company." The silence was deafening. "Chloe," Liam said slowly. "Is that Luna's card?" Chloe turned pale. She stammered, "No. I mean, yes, but she gave it to me. She said I could use it." For a party she wasn't invited to, someone shouted. "You said you were rich," another classmate yelled. "You said your dad was an investor." "I am rich," Chloe cried, tears streaming down her face. "My dad, he's traveling. Luna is just jealous. She probably froze it to embarrass me." "You're paying this tab," Marco interrupted, crossing his arms. $15,000. Now. I don't have it," Chloe whispered. "Then we call the police." Panic erupted. The friends, who had been cheering Chloe's name 5 minutes ago, started scrambling for the exits. But the bouncers blocked the doors. "Nobody leaves until the bill is paid," Marco announced. Liam looked at Chloe with pure disgust. "You lied. About everything." "Liam, please." Chloe grabbed his arm. "Help me. You have money. Your family is okay, right?" Liam shook her off. "My family is middle class, Chloe. I don't have 15 grand. And even if I did, I wouldn't spend it on a fraud." He turned to the bouncers. "I didn't order anything. I'm leaving." "Sit down, kid," the bouncer growled. The police arrived 20 minutes later. They marched the entire senior class out in handcuffs or detained them for questioning. Parents were called. And I was asleep, dreaming of an A+ in calculus. Chapter 4, The Aftermath. Monday morning. Finals week. Usually, the hallways would be buzzing with last-minute cramming. Today, they were silent. Half the senior class was missing. Suspended. Grounded. Or just too hungover and terrified to show up. I walked to my locker, looking fresh and rested. Liam was there. He looked like a zombie. His eyes were red-rimmed, his perfect hair a mess. "Luna," he croaked when he saw me. I opened my locker, ignoring him. "Luna, please. I need to talk to you." I turned, raising an eyebrow. "About what? The party I wasn't invited to? Or the girlfriend you dumped me for?" "I didn't dump you," he lied instantly. "It was a misunderstanding. Chloe, she manipulated everyone. She stole your card." "She didn't steal it," I said calmly. "I gave it to her months ago because she said she needed money for books. I didn't know she was using it to fund her fake lifestyle." "See?" Liam grabbed my hand. "She's a psycho. You have to believe me. I was just playing along because I didn't want to make a scene." I looked at his hand on mine. In my last life, I would have been so happy he was touching me. Now, I just felt nauseous. "Liam," I said, pulling my hand away. "I saw the posts. I saw the live stream someone saved. Luna is not in my league. Remember?" His face went white. "We're done," I said. "Good luck with your exams." "Oh, wait. Did you study? Or were you too busy getting arrested?" I walked away. The exams were easy. I knew the answers because I had studied, but also because I had lived through this year before. I breezed through calculus, history, literature. Chloe didn't show up. She had been arrested for credit card fraud. Pierce Holdings didn't press charges. My dad was too nice, but the school expelled her immediately. The scholarship was revoked. Her rich girl persona was exposed as a lie. She was actually the daughter of a janitor in the next town over. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the lie was the problem. And the rest of the class? They bombed. Hungover, traumatized, and exhausted from a weekend of police interrogations and parental screaming matches, they stared at the exam papers like they were written in alien hieroglyphs. When the results came out 2 weeks later, I was valedictorian. Liam? He failed 3 subjects. His acceptance to state was rescinded. Chapter 5, The Reunion. 5 years passed. I graduated from Harvard Law. I was working at a top firm in New York. My life was busy, fulfilling, and drama-free. I went back home for the holidays. My mom mentioned there was a high school reunion. "You should go," she said. "Show them who won." "I already won, Mom," I laughed. "I don't need to prove it." But curiosity is a powerful drug. I went. The gym looked the same. The people didn't. Most of them looked tired. Defeated. The elite clique from high school had scattered. Without the Ivy League degrees they expected, they had settled for mediocrity. I saw Liam. He was working at a car dealership. He looked older, heavier. He saw me and looked away, shame painted all over his face. And then, I saw her. Chloe. She was there. She shouldn't have been, she didn't graduate, but she had snuck in. She was wearing a cheap dress that tried too hard to look expensive. She was cornering people, talking fast, probably pitching some MLM scheme. She saw me. Her eyes narrowed. She marched over. "Luna Pierce." "Chloe," I said, sipping my drink. "Long time." "You ruined my life," she hissed. "You froze that card on purpose. You knew." "I knew you were stealing from my family," I corrected. "I stopped it. I was going to pay it back," she lied. I just needed to network. If I had married Liam. Liam works at a Honda dealership, Chloe. He couldn't have paid your tab then, and he can't pay it now. She glared at me. You think you're so better than me? I am, I said simply. Because I don't use people. You're a bitch, she spat. And you're alone. Where's your boyfriend? Oh wait, you probably scared them all away with your perfect act. Actually, a voice said from behind me. I turned. It was Daniel. My fiancé. He was a partner at my law firm. Handsome, brilliant, and kind. He wrapped an arm around my waist. She's not alone. And she's not perfect. She's just Luna. Chloe looked at Daniel's suit, bespoke, his watch, Rolex, and the way he looked at me, like I was the only person in the room. She crumbled. The hate drained out of her, leaving just emptiness. Whatever, she muttered, and walked away. Chapter 6, The Truth. Later that night, I found Liam sitting on the bleachers alone. Hey, I said. He looked up. Hey. How are things? They're things, he shrugged. I sell cars. It pays the bills. He looked at me. I'm sorry, Luna. I know it's late. But I am. I know, I said. I forgive you. Really? Yeah. Not for you. For me. Holding on to hate is heavy. He nodded. You dodged a bullet. With me. I know, I smiled. Can I ask you something? Sure. That night, at the club. Did you know what Chloe was going to do? I looked at him. I thought about the past life. The pain. The death. I had a feeling, I said. You saved yourself, he said. I wish. I wish I had saved myself too. You still can, I said. It's never too late to stop being a follower, Liam. I walked away, back to Daniel, back to my life. I realized then that the revenge wasn't the point. The point was the second chance. In my last life, I died for people who didn't care. In this life, I lived for myself. And that was the best revenge of all. Epilogue. A few months later, I got a letter. It was from the Bright Futures Scholarship Program. Dear Ms. Pierce, we received an anonymous donation of $15,000 to reinstate the fund that was depleted years ago due to fraud. The donor asked us to tell you, debt paid. I smiled. Chloe. Or maybe Liam. It didn't matter. The balance was settled. I closed the letter and looked out the window of my corner office. The city lights twinkled below. I was the main character now. And the story was just beginning.